Hello, today I'd like to offer you a biblical tract that I wrote on the concept of the fool from the Bible. Jeremiah 5:21, Now hear this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. Psalm 14:1, The fool hath said in his heart, There is no God. Psalm 69:5, O God, Thou knowest my foolishness, and my sin are not hid from thee. Proverbs 1:7, The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Proverbs 9:6, Forsake the foolish and live. Proverbs 12:15, The way of the fool is right in his own eyes. Proverbs 12:23, But the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. Proverbs 13:19, It is an abomination to fools to depart from evil. Proverbs 13:20, A companion of fools shall be destroyed. Proverbs 14:3, In the mouth of the foolish is the rod of pride, or is a rod of pride. Proverbs 14:9, Fools make a mock of sin. Proverbs 15:2, The mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. Proverbs 15:5, A fool despiseth his father's instruction. Proverbs 17:26, Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. Proverbs 18:2, A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. Proverbs 18:7, A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. Proverbs 23, But every fool will be meddling. Proverbs 22:15, Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. Proverbs 23:9, Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words. Proverbs 24:9, The thought of foolishness is sin. Proverbs 26:11, As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly. Proverbs 28:26, He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool. Proverbs 29:11, A fool uttereth all his mind. Ecclesiastes 5:3, And a fool's voice is known by a multitude of words. Ecclesiastes 7:17, Be not over wicked, neither be foolish, but why should you die before thy time? 1 Corinthians 1:18, For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness. 1 Corinthians 1:21, It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. 1 Corinthians 1:23, But we preach Christ crucified, and unto the Greeks foolishness. 1 Corinthians 1:25, Because foolishness of God is wiser than men. 1 Corinthians 2:14, But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. 1 Corinthians 3:18, If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. Romans 1:22, Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. 1 Corinthians 3:19, For the wisdom of this world is foolishness to God. 1 Corinthians 4:10, We are fools for God's sake, for Christ's sake. Ephesians 5:12, See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Titus 3:3, Be also we also were sometimes foolish. 1 Peter 2:15. For so is the will of God, that while doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. Let me try that again. 1 Peter 2:15. For so is the will of God, that with well-doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. I hope this biblical tract has opened up the concept of what God considers foolishness to be. And if you haven't accepted God's offer of salvation through Jesus' sacrifice at the cross, won't you consider doing it today? Thanks, and have a blessed day.